MLB Depth Charts 2014 Draft Kit video tutorial. First up is our menu page, has all our pertinent information, along with our custom options up here on the top. Click on those, you'll see our league settings tab first. These are efficiency ratings on the left here, batting categories, pitching categories. Just enter 1 and it'll populate that for you. Points-based leagues, enter in each one of your categories and how many points they're worth. Next up is our custom auction values. This is cool for people in auction leagues that have unique types of budgets. Just enter in the teams, the team budget, as well as your league budget. It'll all calculate for you and automatically go into these auction values. This is for inflation for leagues while your auction is going on. We got NL, AL, and mixed league options. Just simply enter in your custom settings and it'll populate right here inside the sheet. Let's say the first player, Mike Trout, goes for $51. It's automatically going to adjust the rest of the players' values. Same thing if you did it for Miguel Cabrera. As you can see here, it's going to calculate how many dollars have been spent. If you play in an AL league, you can also sort it by that and do the same thing. $55 for Mike Trout. 51 for Miguel Cabrera, just a random number, but as you can see, it all adds up. If you're looking for a particular player and you don't want to scroll down, you can just type his name in at the top here, click on the link, and it'll take you right to the player, so you can easily see his values. Next up in our draft kit is our player rankings. We'll check out the overall tab here first. As you can see, all the players' teams listed on the left, and the player right here in the middle. His age and all that. If you want to see more info on the player, simply unhide these columns up top. You can see all the extra info that comes up. His ranking, his auction value, his draft stats, his player projections for this season. If you play in a league where you have corner infielders and left fielders and all that, simply unhide these columns here and you can see all that stuff as well for games played. We'll check out some position rankings as well. Let's go to the outfielders here. As you can see again, same type of format. Unhide these columns here. Now there'll be more information in these position tabs. As you can see here, we got the minor league info as well for any prospects. We have all the individual player efficiency ratings, which is really cool. The green is the rank of the player, how many points he projects under your league settings. So once you enter in that stuff on that custom page, it'll all populate there for you. Player rankings, auction values, draft stats again. If you want to see some extra stats, you play in leagues with unique stats, we also have that. The PT projections, how much each player is projected to play. Once you enter in the total points on that custom page as well, it'll populate right there in those green areas. Here's all the extra stats we offer. That's projections for this year, and then here's last year's stats as well with the total points scored based on your scoring format. Next up are our player profiles. We have these for each position as well. As you can see here, shortstops. Got all the players' info up here on the top. 3 years of stats as well as a 3-year average. 2014 projections. The efficiency ratings again. The draft stats for this season and games played. As you can scroll down, you can see all the players we offer. Now, if there's a player we don't have on here, like a top prospect like Javier Baez from the Cubs, you could simply type in his name, and it'll enter in all this stuff for you, so you can see that. Next up, we'll go back to the menu here, and we'll check out our efficiency ratings, which is probably one of our greatest features in this draft kit. As you can see here is the batters. It's got the player rank out of 100 right now because we're only showing 5 categories. On that custom page, if you were to do that, it would offer more. Here's the position eligibility. Unhide those columns there. You can sort it by position. Now, like we said, if you have more than 5 categories, we also offer that. As you can see, all these extra stats that appear. The more categories you enter, the higher the score will be, so keep that in mind. We also offer the color-coded stats as well. Don't look at the actual stat inside the box. Actual color is the way you want to look at it. As you can see, the color key up there, that tells you how valuable each player is in that category. And the check mark constitutes the players in the top 40%. Let's go to our team-by-team breakdowns. Let's go to the AL lineups and bench. As you can see here, these are updated daily. We'll notify you of any changes with some red or green color shading, as you can see. Organizational depth charts. These are new this season, which is pretty cool. It kind of shows who's up next in the hierarchy for each club. We have all 30 clubs. We also offer a number of minor league prospect reports. Here's the top 101 from Baseball Prospectus. You know, it's listed all by age and all that. If you want to check it out by team, you can do that as well. We'll check out the top 25 impact fantasy prospects according to us this year. As you can see, it's pretty cool. We also do top 10 by team from Baseball Prospectus, top 300 overall, and if you're looking for a certain position on draft day, we have a sheet for that as well, sorted by position. Next up, let's go to our charts and grids. These are pretty cool. As you can see, here is the inside the pen. This will keep you up to date on all the closers. Playing time by team, we have it listed by position, so you can see where all the PT is delegated. We also offer it by player, so if you want to find a player quickly. Position battles, these are really cool. Breaks down everybody who's up for a spot in spring. We got a bunch of reports. The most popular, obviously, is the ADP report. Listed overall by player. You can sort it by ADP. You can sort it by whatever type of league you play in. Yahoo, ESPN, whatever. Got the eligibility on the right. Injuries, these are updated daily. Anytime there's a small note, we'll put it in there for you. If you're in a minor league, dynasty league, we have every player you could possibly think of, all their games, where they played last year, their stats. It's really informative. Transactions, cool too, just like the injuries, updated daily. You can sort it however you want. We're offering a pretty extensive spring training schedule report this year. Got the schedule, got the lineups. We also have some news, any guys that are doing well or anybody that got cut, stats. So it's all in there for you. And last but not least, we got our draft day cheat sheets. We got all kinds. Here's the first one. This is our draft day cheat sheet, 8.5 by 14, every player on there. We also have that for AL. Here's the top 260. Again, on one sheet of paper. AL here, and then we also have an NL one. We also have draft day manifests, which are cool to keep track of who's been drafted and what team has what. We also have it all the way up to 16 teams. Live draft tracker, which is a good way to keep track of your team and who else everyone has. If you want to see some projections, simply enter in the player's name, and it'll automatically enter in his projections for you. See, Paul Goldschmidt here is projected to have a pretty good season, so that's pretty cool. You can keep track of who you got and where you're weak and strong. Manifest for those in auction leagues if you want to keep track, and we also have the draft tracker for auction leagues. Enter in your league settings up there at the top, and it'll populate it for you. Say the first player goes for $40. It'll take it out of the budget, take it out of the league budget, and also average it out by player everyone's drafting. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in.